You've got a ton of great articles and analysis about the Cowboys' upcoming season. I'm talking everything from the schedule to Jerry Jones's legacy, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride. We're going to dive in and see if this is the year America's team finally breaks through.
Absolutely. The buzz surrounding the Cowboys is louder than ever, and for good reason. These sources are packed with insights into their potential, but they also make it clear that the team's playoff struggles are still a major concern.
Okay, let's start with the elephant in the room, the schedule. It's filled with some crucial matchups, and I'm not just talking about those NFC East showdowns against the Eagles. The rivalry is definitely going to be intense this year, but there are other games too that are going to determine their success.
Exactly. The sources suggest that winning the NFC East is critical for the Cowboys. Those playoff struggles you mentioned, well, they're a real thing. A tougher road through the wild card round is the last thing they need. They need to secure that top spot in the division.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now let's talk about Dak Prescott. He's the engine that drives this offense, and the sources say that his performance this year is even more crucial than usual.
This is where it gets really interesting because the team is so dependent on his leadership. They need him to be on his game, to be that unifying force for the offense to reach its full potential.
Speaking of potential, everyone's talking about CeeDee Lamb. He's the young star everyone expects to be the cornerstone of this offense. Can he live up to the hype?
It's definitely a lot of pressure, but the talent is undeniable. He's already proven himself as a weapon. The question is, can he consistently perform at that elite level and carry the offense when they need him most? We'll have to watch to see if he can step into that leadership role.
And then there's the running back situation with Ezekiel, Elliott, and Tony Pollard. It's a fascinating dynamic. Elliott's still a force, but Pollard is emerging as a dynamic threat. How will that impact the Cowboys' strategy?
It's a balancing act. Elliott has the experience, but Pollard's explosive speed adds a whole new dimension to the offense. And don't forget about Brandon Cooks. He's got the potential to revitalize his career in this offense.
Okay, we've got a ton of offensive firepower here, but you can't win without a good defense. That's where the dynamic duo of Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs comes in. They were a force last year, but can they replicate that success?
That's a great question. They were absolutely dominant last year, but teams are going to be prepared for them. It's going to be interesting to see how they adapt and how the defense adjusts to those new challenges.
And let's not forget about the coaching changes. There have been some shifts in the coaching staff, so how might that impact the team?
It's hard to say for sure, but it definitely adds another layer of intrigue to the season. The coaching changes could lead to new strategies, new approaches, and possibly even a different style of play.
And we can't talk about the Cowboys without mentioning Jerry Jones. He's not just an owner, he's the face of the franchise. The sources touch on his legacy and the future of the organization.
He's a legendary figure in NFL history, and his impact on the Cowboys is undeniable. The question is, how will his legacy continue to shape the future of the team?
And hey, if you're a diehard fan who's thinking about heading to a game, you have to check out AT&T Stadium. It's an experience in itself.
It's a must-visit for any NFL fan. It's a testament to the Cowboys brand and their commitment to creating a world-class stadium experience.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. The Cowboys are loaded with talent, their schedule is a mix of challenges and opportunities, and Jerry Jones is still at the helm. Based on everything we've discussed, what stands out to you? Do you think they have what it takes to win it all this year? What are you most excited or concerned about as this season kicks off? Think about it, because this Cowboys team is definitely one to watch.